welcome to a video from vacation. We're currently making holidays on farm, and as you have seen, today was not the most sunniest day. Anyway, I have one lock taken along. It's a lock with a Windows logo on the key, and I got it from What I Say 2 in a recent package. The Windows logo on the key might look like the Microsoft Windows logo, but it's not true. So when we compare it next to each other, you can see the logo on the key is higher on the left and not as high on the right, whereas the Microsoft Windows logo is the other way around. It's not as high on the left, but higher on the right. So now when I flip over the key, it might be height-wise left and right correct, but on the key it has a straight line on the bottom, whereas the Microsoft logo has a tilted line. Now I could turn the key so that the two lines have the same angle, but then when you look at the left upper tile, you can see that on the key it's actually higher than wide, whereas on the Microsoft logo it's wider than high. So I think this has nothing to do with the Microsoft logo. Anyway, What I Say 2, thank you very much for sending this lock to me. It's a very unique lock with this logo on the key. It's a 6-pinner, as you can see, with 2 anti-drill rods. Has a nice Yale type keyway and works pretty nicely. So no problem with that. Nice and smooth. The bitting is relatively flat. Not so many ups and downs. And it picks really interesting. So let's get started with picking. So let's see. I've picked it a couple of times before, so I know the binding order. Go all the way to the back of the lock, and the last pin, pin 6, is binding first, so I have to push it all the way down. You've seen the core just turn a little bit, just like if it had fallen into a false set, but that's not a false set. So let's continue. There's quite a bit of floppiness on the core, just like if the key pins would be much smaller than the chambers in the Bible or in the plug. It's actually a pretty easy pick, maybe not on camera. Felt the core turning a little bit, so I think we're getting closer. And it's open. But we can open this lock in other ways. For example, I have a rake here that does the job pretty good. So very light tension, and you can see it's open. No big deal. And I can also zip it, so very light tension again. And just zip it. And it's open. Alright, so I want to gut it for you so that we can look inside. By the way, here is the floppiness. I turn it from the back. You can see how much play it has. Alright, so let's get started with gutting. I have only a limited tool set here. I hope I can do the job. And here is my improvised pinning tray. Okay, let's see if I can get off the clip. It's relocked, yeah. Oh, that was pretty easy. Now I need a follower. If I remember correctly from what I see 2's video, it has a plug with cuts in it, so I'm not really sure to which angle I should turn this. Maybe I should better shim it. I think I have. Yeah, here is my big shim. Of course it doesn't fit. No, take a normal shim. Yep, very nice. Shim is in. Okay, so keep fingers crossed. Alright, got it. And didn't make a total mess, only the first key pin fell out, or what is it? So, okay, let's do it one by one. We can see the plug has 5 pins in it, 5 key pins, and has these cutouts here, which are a nightmare for gutting if you don't know that. Has 2 anti-drill rods, and all pins are in and working, except this pin here, and I hope this is the first key pin. But it's not really pointy at one end, so not really sure what that is. So I put it here in the first tray. Then we have the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. To apologize for the bad lighting, but we're here in the kitchen. It's not the usual setup, and I think I don't have tweezers. Oh, I do have tweezers. So we can see the key pins 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 have pointy tips, and not sure. This actually looks like a driver pin. Okay, let's have a look at the Bible. So chamber 1 is empty, I think so. Yeah, chamber 1 is empty. That's a bit of a mystery here. 2 is also empty. Where are all the pins? Only the spring. Okay, let me continue with gutting. We have 3. These are all standard drivers. Okay, just dump them out. Okay, here are the springs. So we're definitely missing a key pin and a driver. Or maybe chamber 1 was not, maybe chamber 1 was not populated at all. Here is nothing, no additional pins. So, as it looks like, there appears to be a 6-pin lock with 6 chambers, 6 cuts on the key. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuts on the key, 6 chambers in the Bible, but only 5 stacks populated. So let me zoom in so that we can closely look at the pins. Yeah, just regular pins, nothing special here, all standard pins, key pins and drivers. Very nice long steel springs, all of the same kind. Again, let's quickly look at the plug really close. It's kind of a cheap plug with cutouts here, maybe to save material. And we can see the chambers are enlarged towards the shear line, which makes it really easy to pick because it makes the shear line wider. But I think they made this for easier key insertion, or so that when there is wear on the key or on the pins, that the lock still works. And it does, so the lock really works smoothly. But it also had a lot of play in it, and when we populate, maybe that's the wrong chamber, yeah, should put it here in 6, has a lot of play in it, and we can see here how much play it actually has. Very floppy. Alright, so that's everything I have for you on this window logo lock that I received from WaterC2. So WaterC2, thank you very much for sending this lock to me, and everybody else, thank you very much for watching. Happy picking and bye bye.